So today I'm here with episode 2, part 2 of my F125 My Team Career Mode with Apxgp, and today we have the race for the Chinese Grand Prix. Last episode was a sprint race, obviously didn't go that well for us, so I'm hoping for a better time today in the race. But before we do that, we've got qualifying. So I've only got 3 sets of tyres to use, so this could be interesting. But I'm going to get straight out on track near the start of the session now. Just want to get that first lap in. Now crossing the line to start our first lap in Q1 here, so let's hope for a good lap on the board for our banker. Little twitch there, but not too much. Gonna put more gas down there than I was in the sprint. Now I'm gonna use overtake all the way along this straight. I didn't use it on the whole straight, but gonna use it on as much as possible. So I forgot before that you could use overtake in qualifying now. Now round to the final corner. Let's see where we've placed ourselves so far, and we are currently 10th. So we are basically last out of everyone who's done laps so far, so... Oh, we're no longer last. Lance Stroll has gone behind me. So there's definitely improvements to be found, I think. I mean, technically Sonny Hayes is last, but he's like a second off the pace, so he must have got traffic or something. And after everyone's completed the laps, we are 18th, so there's definitely improvements to be had. So for my second lap here, I am using another set of fresh softs. Hopefully, these can get me through into Q2. 2.5 tenths up through there, so that's good. Probably could have put the power down a little bit earlier there, but got the overtake on now, so I'm going to be hopefully gaining as much time as possible using the overtake all the way down here. And probably could have used it a bit earlier in the lap as well. Felt like I went a little deep there, a little twitchy on the exit as well. Use even a little bit of overtake here. Bring it through there and then more overtake to the line. Gained 5, almost 6 tenths. Let's see if it can get me through to Q2. And it just about can. Sonny Hayes out in Q1 though, 22nd and last on the grid. That's not good for the team. I don't actually know if he did improve on his first lap time. Maybe our car's just appalling around this track. Oh, and I actually set exactly the same time as Kimi Antonelli, which is interesting as well. But now let's get into Q2 and hope I can make it through to Q3. I was only a couple of tenths off Albon's time, so it's possible, I think. Right, I've come pretty much straight out on track at the start of the session here on a set of scrub softs, so hopefully these can do me well for a good first lap. I feel like these softs fall off heavily after the first lap though, because that definitely felt a lot slower and a lot more difficult than my first lap. I'm going to use a bit of overtake down here this time because I had some to spare at the end of the last lap, so we'll make sure to use a bit more. Get the power down earlier. So hopefully that'll help me a bit. Get the overtake on as well. Hopefully I don't run out of it. Hopefully I can make use of it all. Braked a little early there, I think. Come around the final corner, geared up a little early there as well, but get the overtake on. Used it pretty perfectly because it was basically out by the time I got to the end of the lap, and that puts us in 8th. And we're not the slowest out of everyone actually, so not a bad first lap. Starting my second lap here. Feel like I went a bit deep into that corner, so I don't know if that'll cost me a little bit going into turn 1, make me a bit slower at the start of this lap. But I have gained a decent amount of time there, so maybe it didn't disadvantage me too much. The difference between the new and the scrub soft really is remarkable. I just feel like I've got so much more grip and so much more trust in the tyres on new softs than I do on the scrub set. Got the overtake on once again, using it the whole way down this straight. I'm a second up on my previous lap. Hopefully this will be good enough. Round the final corner, get the overtake on, get to the line, let's see where it can put me. And it's put me in 6th, I'm through to Q3. 6th is higher than I thought I'd be as well, so that's a really good lap. But now I'm in Q3, I don't have any fresh tyres, so it's going to have to be 2 sets of scrubs in this session. Now we've got our first lap of Q3 here. Want to get a decent lap on the board early. I used a lot of overtake down there, probably more than I should have done, to be honest. But I've had a little to spare at the end of each lap, so maybe it'll be okay. Oh, that felt quick round there. That didn't feel so quick through there. Now get the overtake on as early as possible. Just some coming out of the corner. Hopefully I've got enough to get me all the way down the straight and then use a little bit on the home straight as well. I feel like I keep braking a little early for that turn, so I'm going to try and brake a little later next time. Not bad across there though, might have cut the corner a little bit, but didn't go all four wheels off track, and that has put me in 8th position. I think other people must be using scrub sets as well, because Albon in 4th is only about half a second off us. I think higher than 8th is possible here. So I'm going to use overtake most of the way down this straight because I was able to last time and I still had some left over at the end of the lap. I was slower through most of there though, but then I managed to gain a bit back on exit. Trying to be a bit more aggressive on the power, gained 0.2 with it there. Didn't feel as quick through there this time. Felt quicker through there though. About the same out of there and now get the overtake on, and I'm pretty similar to what I was last time, so just got to get my braking right down into this turn now. I think it was a little better. I've gained about 1/10. Now the run to the line, 7/10 up, that's a good lap. Let's see where I can place. And it's going to be 5th on the grid. That's excellent. That's quite a good lap. So 5th on the grid is a really good position for me. If I look at the cars starting directly behind me, George Russell in the Mercedes is the only one in actually a quicker car. The V-Carb, the Alpine, the Williams and the Sauber are all slower cars than mine. And Nico Hülkenberg, unbelievably, putting that kick Sauber in 6th place on the grid. That's a phenomenal job by him. But we've done an even better one, putting ours in 5th place. Definitely helps that, I didn't even notice this, definitely helps that one of the McLarens and one of the Red Bulls were missing though, and one of the Mercedes, so that's 3 of the cars from the 4 fastest constructors missing, which definitely helps us get a high position, but still 5th on the grid, that's a great position for the race. And now before we get into the race, I just want to take a quick look at the weather report, and it looks like it's going to rain right at the end of the race. So this race really could have an interesting end, because if rain hits in the last few laps, we could see some drivers going onto wet tyres and some staying on the dry tyres. So I have no idea what it'll be. I guess I'll have to see when it gets to that point in the race. But now, let's get into the Chinese Grand Prix.
It's time again then for Formula One in Shanghai. Northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula One's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before we head into the braking zone of turn 14. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Joshua Pearce, and Hülkenberg, Russell, Albon, Gasly, and Liam Lawson, Antonelli, Bortoletto, Oscar Piastri, and Ocon, Sainz, Hadjar, Fernando Alonso, and Yuki Tsunoda, Behrman, Doohan, Stroll, and Sonny Hayes rounds off the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done. Anthony Davidson. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was about 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometers an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
So I think for the strategy, I'm just going to go for a one-stop, medium to hard, and I hope that doesn't come back to bite me later in the race, because if it starts raining, but it's too late to change onto winters, it's going to be very difficult on the hards. But I don't want to start the race on hards. I hate starting races on hards because you just get off the line so slow and you lose places. And for me personally, keeping places at the start is always the most important thing for me. I don't want to lose places off the start. And then for the fuel, I've gone for 56.5 laps. In the sprint, I started 0.5 laps overfueled and I finished with about the same amount of fuel, so gone 0.5 laps overfueled for the race as well, because that still gives me the leeway to use a little bit extra. But now let's go to the grid for the start of the Chinese Grand Prix. Now the lights are on. We're waiting for the start of the Chinese Grand Prix. And the lights are out and we're off here. Bit twitchy there, but Hamilton and Verstappen, both on hards. I'm able to jump both of these at the start. Going to try and take Verstappen into turn 1. Already got past Hamilton. And I'm past Verstappen as well. And Leclerc and Norris also both on hards. So I'm wondering, will I be able to get past either of these as well? Apparently I hit Leclerc, but I don't know when. He was a bit twitchy coming out of there, but that's definitely not when I hit him, because I was nowhere near him when he had that little slide. A little bit deep into there. But that's fine. It's not cost us anything. And we're up into third after the first couple of corners here, because Verstappen and Hamilton both on hards. I got off the line better. And this is what I was saying. That's why I don't like starting on hards. A little bit deep into there as well. Not great. Hopefully get a decent exit out of here though. Bit slidey, so not the greatest exit. Gonna get the battery on early so I can keep a bit ahead of Verstappen here. I am catching on Leclerc, but probably won't be able to make a move on him. Verstappen is trying to go up the inside of me, giving a little bit of room there, but stay behind. And I'm pretty close behind Leclerc here. I think I can probably get him into turn 1. I've got past him here. Now I just don't go too far into the corner. I've been able to get past Leclerc there. And we are up into second place already. And now I've got to chase after Norris, but I've got Leclerc coming back at me. Use a little bit of battery here, try and get close to Norris, but I think he's too far away. Not going to be able to get the DRS. Going to use the battery out of here, just try and stay ahead of Leclerc, because he'll have DRS on me. I've used quite a lot of it there, so hopefully he won't be able to get past me. I don't really want to use much more. He tried for a move, going to hang it around the outside, see if I can stay ahead. And I've managed to stay ahead of him here. Need to stay ahead of him down this straight as well. Going to get my battery on again. He's going to try round the outside of turn 1 it will be. Can I stay ahead? I think I've just about managed to stay ahead of him here.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Gone a bit wide on exit there, but it's fine. And now on this part of the lap, I want to catch up to Norris. Just notice there's already a 5-second gap to Hamilton behind Verstappen. But I want to catch up to Norris during the lap here so I can get the DRS on him. But I'm not going to be able to catch up enough. And I might just have to sort of concede places to Leclerc and Verstappen here. They are in much quicker cars and I don't want to end up burning all my battery trying to stay ahead of them. These might not be my race. I might have just got ahead of them because of a really good start.
Okay, we've lost a position. That's us down a place.
Verstappen's trying up the inside of me there. I want to stay ahead of him for now. I don't want to get overtaken by 2 cars in one go. And I can get the DRS on Leclerc here, so he probably won't have me into turn 1. Went a bit wide in turn 1. I've invited Verstappen up the inside of me there. But I've managed to stay ahead of him, forced him out at turn 2. A little bit of a slide there, but I've held it. Bit of battery on here as well, because I want to be able to get DRS on Leclerc. Braked a little bit late into there, but I just about managed to make it into the corner fine. Don't want to slide through here. I want a decent exit. And I'm not going to bother using battery down here, but should have the DRS on Leclerc, so at least I'll gain a bit of lap time, even if Verstappen does overtake me. Yeah, and just let Verstappen have that corner there. There was no point trying to throw myself down the side of him to try and stay ahead. But now hopefully I can just sort of settle into this race here. Hamilton's 5 seconds behind. Want to try and maybe stick to Verstappen and Leclerc, and then might not be able to overtake him, but I can stick with them and keep myself with the 5-second gap to Hamilton. So hopefully I can just sort of settle into this race now and take myself into the pit stop in 4th position. Verstappen's already gained on me quite a lot. I'm going to use my ERS along here to try and get the DRS, but I don't know if I got it there. I don't actually know exactly where the detection point is along that straight, or if it's even on the straight. It's actually at the start of the corner, so I don't know if I would have got DRS there. And I didn't by the looks of it. But Verstappen's trying to move on Leclerc by the looks of it. And he can't make it, he's still behind. Yeah, I've got a full battery now, so I'm going to use plenty along here and then a bit on the next straight so I can try and catch up to Leclerc and Verstappen a bit and get the DRS back. Okay, I got myself to almost within the second round, turn 1. So hopefully I can gain a bit more back during this part of the lap. And I've got to almost within a second Verstappen there, but I had a slow exit out of that corner and I'm too far back. I couldn't quite get the DRS in him, I don't think. I was quite slow through that bit, but I am 7 seconds ahead of Hamilton now. I think Hamilton and Gasly might be fighting because I've seen their positions swap a couple of times, so they could be fighting and just sending them further back, which could definitely help me. Okay, I've just noticed my fuel's actually kind of low. Well, not low, but it's definitely going that way, so I think I might just need to start doing a little bit of fuel saving. I've realised I've been slower on that lap because I've had my ERS set to none the whole lap. That's not good. Just lost myself like a second on that lap for no reason. Yeah, the gap in front of me is starting to get a little bigger and the one behind me is starting to get a little smaller. Oh, we've got a yellow flag somewhere. God, what I could do with right now is not a safety car. Although George Russell being out of the session isn't bad because he was quite close to us, so that's not a bad thing. But I do not want a safety car right now. I've got a good gap behind me. We don't need a safety car. I need Gasly and Hamilton to start fighting again so we can start extending the gap a little bit more behind. But Hamilton does have a quicker car, and I think those hards must be coming into their own now. My mediums have fallen off a little. He's starting to get a bit closer to me and I'm starting to feel the rears go a little bit, just like that. Hamilton's gained a lot on me on this lap. I think the tyre offset is working in his favour now. He's definitely got the better tyres at this point. I probably took a lot out of my tyres as well on the opening laps as well. Let's see. Front left's already at 27%. We've done 14 laps, that's like 2% a lap. So I'd expect that front left to be somewhere around 50 by the time I come into my pit stop. First time the gap's dropped under 2 seconds to Hamilton. It was only for a fraction of a second it dropped under 3, but it did drop. Ideally I want to get to my pit stop still ahead of Hamilton, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage that. Yeah, Hamilton's definitely on the quicker tyre on the hards because he's got Gasly a bit now as well. Got 10 laps to stay ahead of him before my stop, but I don't think I'm going to be able to because he's 1.7 seconds behind now, so he's getting close to having DRS on me. This time in the race I am still quicker than Gasly though because I'm gaining on him, I think. So I think that shows it really just is the mediums falling off and it's not me just falling off. Although he's gained on me around there. Maybe I'm just slow around that bit but fast around the other parts of the track. Hamilton's really close now. He's within a second. He might have DRS on me. I'm so slow out of the exit of that corner as well. Can't tell if he's got DRS. He does. I just saw the slot gap open and he's not actually going to try for the move here. They'll probably have me into turn 1 or on the next lap or something.
The car ahead, 0.2 seconds.
He moved to the outside there, now he's moved to the inside. I think he might have hit me there, it might have been a bump, I'm not exactly sure, but I felt my car wobble a little bit. and he's tried to get past me here. Going to try and force my way back up the inside, try and stay ahead, but I've just not got the grip on exit. I can't stay ahead of him. And that is Lewis Hamilton back up into 4th place and past me. And Hayes is in the pits, so it's a bit early for the 1 stop. Hayes is probably on the 2 stop here. Well, we had a good run in 5th place, and now I've got Piastri behind me, who's in a quicker car.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
That means I'm getting near the pit window. Let me see what my tyre percentage is on. 39 on the front left, 30% on the rears. So it's not awful just yet, but it's not fantastic either. I'm thinking about potentially maybe coming in a lap or 2 early for my pit stop. Because if these tyres go off and I'm really struggling, then I might need to. But also, the rain at the end of the race, I might have to pit anyway. So if I pitted early, I'd still end up on the hards for like the same amount of time. But we're 5 laps away from the pit stop now, and the tyres are feeling, they're going off a bit, I can tell. I'm struggling with grip, but my traction isn't too bad. I'm not feeling the rear end really complain on every corner, like I would expect with very worn tyres or tyres that were really going off the cliff. I've just noticed Leclerc is 16 seconds ahead up the road, so I really have fallen back from him, haven't I? And at the start I was trying to stay with Leclerc and Verstappen, and they're that far ahead now, so I really had no chance of staying with them, did I? But I think it was definitely good that I overtook Hamilton at the start, because I think that's meant at least I've not been caught up in battles behind.
46.2 seconds.
What is 46.2 seconds? Bro just gave me a random unit of time for absolutely no reason.
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, rain in 10 to 15 minutes. If that's the case, I think I'll be on hards and then on the inters pretty soon after. But a lot of the time that's wrong, so I don't want to risk it and go onto the softs, which would probably last about 10 to 15 minutes. Here, Piastri's 2.2 seconds behind, and I want to keep him there before the pit stop. I think I should be able to. I don't think he'll be able to overtake me in 1 lap because my pit stop is my next lap, but
These conditions are making the line a bit greasy, but we're still nowhere near the change.
I do want to keep him behind. Apparently it's getting greasy out here, but I don't see any sort of inclination of rain or anything.
Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Yeah, it still says rain in 10 to 15 minutes then, so I think I'll be alright going onto the hards and then hitting again for inters, I guess. Okay, here's my pit stop now, so heading off to the pit lane. I've gone a bit wide on entry there, but good job there's not gravel there, so I didn't do a Hamilton 2007. But whereas my pit box is going to be right at the end of the pit lane, I think. So we're going to have a turn in here for the first pit stop of the career mode. I'm going to be going onto the hard tyres. I did think about the softs, but I've only got used sets, and the amount of time until the rain is going to be here isn't often reliable when they tell you, so I didn't want to risk being on softs for like 20 laps. So we've gone on to hards, and then we'll go on the inters if it rains, and if not, we can run these to the end of the race. And we have come out in 9th, so not too bad. But I don't know if cars behind me or ahead of me have made pit stops. I should find that out. I assume Antonelli has because he's on softs and he wouldn't have ran them this far into the race, but don't know about Lance Stroll. Oh, tyres are cold. I've gone a bit wide there. I'm feeling the tyres are cold.
We think we might see some rain, ETA about 15 minutes.
Okay, it was 15 minutes like 5 minutes ago, so it's getting further and further away by the looks of it. Yeah, let me ask my engineer about Stroll.
Okay, they're on old hard tyres.
Okay, so they're on old hard tyres. He didn't say how long he's had them on, but I assume since the start of the race. And he's just been overtaken by Sonoda, who could be on fresh mediums. Let me ask about him now.
They're on fresh mediums.
Okay, so it looks like Yuki's on a 2-stop with his fresh mediums, so when he gets to me, I'll probably just let him past and just let him go on, because I don't think he'll be our race. And I gotta say, I don't think these hard tyres are very good. I don't know whether they're still cold and they're taking a while to warm up, but they don't feel that great. Yuki's trying to move on me. Give him room on the inside. I think I'll just manage to stay ahead of him here, and I will. I said I wouldn't really fight him, but I don't just want to let him pass, because that'll cost me even more time, I think. Wanting to actually overtake me. Yeah, 1:43.6 on the first actual lap on these tyres, so they really aren't great. I don't know whether they're still cold though and they're taking a little while to warm up. Yeah, they don't look that warm yet, so might just not be up to temperature so far. And maybe with the rain incoming and the conditions as well, track might be a bit cold, which definitely won't help tyre warm up, especially on the hards. But I am sliding way more on the exit corners in the traction zones than I think I was on the mediums, even when they were fully worn. And Gasly is catching up to me as well, and he was quite far behind before. Okay, Sainz pitted, so we're up to 8th now. And Tsunoda's overtaken Antonelli by the looks of it, so Antonelli maybe is on old softs. And if I can get close enough to him, get a bit of DRS on him, that'll help me with my fight with Gasly.
Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 9 laps old.
Yeah, so Antonelli's on 9-lap old softs, and I definitely have the tyre offset here. I'm definitely quicker than him. Still not got ultimate confidence on the exit corners though, especially in the dirty air. I'll get the battery on early here. I have the DRS on Antonelli. I want to try and get as big a gap on Gasly as possible here, so I'm going to use the battery and the DRS all the way down the straight. Antonelli's gone to the inside to defend. I'm going to easily get past him. And that is an overtake done on Kimi Antonelli, so we're now up into 7th. I'm going to use battery along here as well, because hopefully he'll hold up Gasly for a lap, and I can really push this lap, hopefully, and get a bit of a gap to Gasly. And Gasly's already overtaken him, so that's that plan out the window. And I've had this tyre temp panel open for a few laps now, and the tyre temps don't really seem to be changing too much. I think they're as warm as they're going to get. And they don't feel good still. They feel better than when I put them on, but still not great. And Gasly's very close now. Going to use the battery here, but I think I'm going to get overtaken by Pierre Gasly here. It's gone to the inside. Yep. I'm just going to back out of that. Wouldn't have had enough room. I've just clipped him with my wing, but don't think there's any damage to it. So there's me down into 8th place now, but there are drivers ahead which have to pit, namely Yuki Tsunoda, who's actually not got very far ahead of me. Do I see spots of rain? Or am I bugging? It might just be me expecting rain. I might have been like, my mind might have been playing tricks on me and thinking I was seeing him.
Radar suggests some weather's going to hit in around 5 minutes time, so stay on your toes. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now.
So about 5 minutes till the rain now. Jesus, okay. That was a close one. But we're still going. We've lost ground on Gasly, but at least I'm not in the wall. There is a car just ahead of Tsunoda I saw as well. I didn't see who it was, but we're getting close to 5th place, I think, now. Unless that's someone who's just pitted and they've come out ahead of Tsunoda. No, it's a white car. I think it's a Haas. There's a red car just coming out of the pits as well. And they've come out ahead of me. And it is Lewis Hamilton, so I've gained on him with my earlier pit stop. And he's gone on to Inters. So it is raining by the looks of it. Now that is interesting. Now we'll see who's quicker, me or Lewis Hamilton. Because if he's significantly quicker, I think I might change to the Inters. Hamilton's definitely quicker than me by quite a lot, but I don't see any rain. But then again, the track is starting to feel a little slippy, like it is a little bit slick, like it's a little bit wet. So I actually have no idea what to do here. Wait, Hamilton's gone back in the pits. Did he put the Inters on too early? And has he gone to take them off? I was thinking of pitting, but seeing Hamilton peel back in, I don't want to, because I don't want to have Inters on at the wrong time. But Verstappen's come out on the Inters now. I have no idea what tyre I'm meant to be on, like absolutely zero clue. Hayes is pitting, so I don't know if he's putting on the Inters. I can definitely see drops of rain now. Time to come in for the Inters. So I'm telling them I'm boxing this lap. Hopefully Piastri doesn't try and move on me, because I'm going to have to try a switch back to be in line with the pit lane then. Well, I didn't have to try the switch back, but I'll still have a straight run to the pit lane. Oh, I've overshot a little bit again, but not quite as bad as last time. Oh my God! What's happened to Sonny Hayes again? He's out. Are you kidding me? Has he crashed? He is having a torrid time. 3 races now he's out of. He's not finished a single race. Okay, and we're out on the inters. We're in 10th place. So hopefully there's some people ahead who haven't pitted yet. And I can end up leapfrogging them when they do pit. So Hamilton went on the inters early. It looked like it was the right call because he was quicker. But then he went back and pitted again. So I don't know what that was about. But my engineer didn't even tell me when it was time for wet tyres. Oh, and I should have asked for a front wing adjustment, shouldn't I? Damn, I didn't think of that. Okay, I've got Antonelli right behind me in a quicker car, but hopefully I can stay ahead of him. And there are some people pitting, so... Well, it's just Alonso actually pitting, but... That at least moves me up one place. Yeah, I doubt there's anyone still out here on dry tyres, but I do see a kick Sauber far ahead. It's probably Hulkenberg, and he might have just got the strategy completely right, because he did start 6th on the grid, so he could still be up there. Antonelli's very close now, and we've not been told DRS has been disabled yet, so I think he'll still have DRS on me. Okay, we'll see if Kimi opens the DRS here, and he has, so there's still DRS. I'm going to defend the inside, and hopefully stay ahead. Yeah, I just stayed ahead of him here. What we need now is the race director to disable DRS. Oh, it was Bortoletto still on the mediums, and he's not pitting. That's astonishing. Defend the inside from Kimi there. He's not been able to get past again. I just got to really try and keep Antonelli behind now. Going to try around the outside here. I've managed to stay ahead again, but Antonelli's really pushing for this position. Antonelli's right on my tail again. Going to try the same tactic as last time, because I'll have the DRS again, but he's a lot closer to me this time. Going to move to the inside to defend the inside again. And I think I've got him again. I'm just ahead still. And I wonder if Bortoletto will come in here. He will. He stayed out way too long on those mediums, so that's another place gained at least. And Yuki pitted as well. Yuki must have still been on those softs. So that's another pace gain, so we're back up into 7th. I can't believe there were still people out on dries in these conditions like 2 or 3 laps after we pitted. Kimi's still trying moves on me, but we're still ahead. Antonelli's still close to me round here, so same tactic as before, battery on again. Still have DRS? Yep, I can't believe the DRS hasn't been disabled yet. I don't think he's going to go for a move this time. Yeah, and he didn't. I was far enough ahead. Don't know if he's used up all his battery, so he can't catch up, but I've still got some of mine, so there we go. DRS has finally been disabled, so that should really help me. Had a little bit of a slide out of there, and I saw Antonelli trying to have a look at me, but I think the road was blocked. Battery on again. Antonelli's a bit closer this time, though. So this time I'm going to dart to the inside. He's going to take the outside, but I think I'm just going to have him. Going to go back to the racing line. Yeah, he wasn't able to make the move. I think without DRS, that's definitely helping me, because he doesn't have the DRS now. He's coming back at me to try and make a move down this corner. Try and stay ahead of him here. Yep, and I have done. He's going to try and make a move around here. He is quicker than me out the corners. This is not a good place for him to try and make a move because he's on the inside and I can't see him. Going to try and dive back up the inside here just to stay ahead. I just need to stay ahead of Antonelli here. Oh my God, that was a big moment. We're okay, and no one actually got past me on that moment. God, I don't even know what caused that. Did I get on the curb? I'm not sure. I'm surprised I actually stayed ahead of everyone. I'm surprised no one went past me there. I'm currently in 7th, but I've got a queue of cars behind me waiting to overtake me, but I think they're all relying on Antonelli to overtake first. But Tsunoda's trying to move on him. Tsunoda's probably more likely to overtake me though, so I hope he can't get that move done, but he has, I think. Yep, Tsunoda is past Antonelli. Now he's going to try and get past me. Now I've had a poor exit out of that corner. I'm not even going to fight Yuki here. Let him go. Oh, and Antonelli's come up the inside there. I went a bit wide on the corner, but if I hang it around here, I can dive back up the inside here and stay ahead of him. And now Sainz is here as well, and he's going to try and move on me. Brake a little bit later and try and stay ahead of Carlos Sainz here, and I managed to. I'm slower on the exit of all these corners. I'm just too scared to put the power down. And Sainz is past Antonelli, so he might pass me in a minute. Okay, get the battery on. Sainz is a little bit further behind than Antonelli was before, so hopefully he won't get past me, and hopefully them two fight and keeps them behind me as well. Now there's other cars joining the fight as well. I really am so slow on these inters. I feel like the AI is just able to get the power down so much earlier than me. I feel like I'm sliding as soon as I try and put it down. There's a yellow flag somewhere. Don't know if it's ahead or behind. And I do hear, oh, it's Carlos Sainz. That's good because he was right on my tail challenging me. So he's out of the race. So we've got Antonelli back behind me now, and that is honestly preferred because he's been struggling with the overtakes. And Lawson's here now, and he's trying to move up the inside of Antonelli. And he's made it. And there's a gaggle of cars behind that now as well. And I was really poor through that exit, and now Liam Lawson's going to get past me, and Antonelli might as well. Got to stay ahead of Antonelli here. I've got the inside line. I'm not going to be able to get Lawson back, I don't think, but I'm going to stay ahead of Antonelli here, and Hamilton's behind him now. Now Antonelli, he was looking at a move there, but almost lost his car, I think. Now Hamilton is right behind me, and he'll probably overtake me because he's in a quicker car. And he's actually a good driver, unlike Antonelli. He's moving to the outside. Hopefully he can't make it stick. And he can't, not this lap. Now, you know what I really could do with? I could do with it going back to dry conditions because I'm struggling so much in these wet conditions. We've got 11 laps left and I'm in a real danger of not even finishing in the points here. Hamilton's going to try and move on me here. But I've stayed ahead. Got the battery on early there. Almost slid, but Hamilton's dropped back a bit further behind now. But now Alonso is the car behind him, and he's definitely better than Antonelli as well. So if either of them get close to me, I'm really in danger of being overtaken. Hamilton behind me once again. Hopefully he's not close enough to make the move, though. He's getting close, though, so I'm going to chop to the inside. Hopefully keep him behind. And I've just about managed it. But look at all the cars behind me now. I'm really slowing everyone down. I'm a bit of a cork in the bottle here, but I'm in the points. So if I remain as the cork in the bottle, I don't care. And Hamilton's trying to move on me. I'm going to have to really try and hang it around the outside here, which then will become the inside of turn 2. And that is where I need to put my car to stay ahead of him. Just about managed it, I think, here, but he's going to have me on the exit, isn't he? Because he can get the power down more. That is me down into 10th place. But can I make the move on into this corner? And I've got the place back. Out of the braking zones, I might not be good, but going into them, I've still got it. God, I'd understeer out of that corner. That's not good. That's going to compromise my exit going down this straight, but I'm pulling away from Hamilton a bit here with the use of my battery, and he's fighting someone. It's Antonelli. So hopefully they keep fighting. It costs them time. Hamilton's trying to move on me. Oh, I've gone a bit deep into there. Now Hamilton's going to overtake me. I think I was defending fresh air a bit there and out of brake myself, and now Hamilton is actually past me. I'm not going to get back past him again this time. But now the cars behind me are actually slower cars, so hopefully I can keep these behind. Well, not Antonelli, that Mercedes is faster, but when he was trying to overtake me, he was struggling, so hopefully that continues. And now it's Hulkenberg behind me. Anytime it's not Antonelli behind me, I'm getting worried because every driver that's not been Antonelli has overtaken me. Now Hulkenberg's right behind me, so get the battery on, hopefully stay ahead of him. Cut to the inside again, defend the inside. That's been what's working for me, I think. Braked a little bit deep there, but just about managed to stay ahead of him. But now he's got me on the exit. I need to get back past Hulkenberg because that is 10th place. I want them points, or that point. I'm going to need to make a move into turn 1 here. It's going to be a risky one. Using all my battery for it. And I couldn't make it. I've still got a chance into turn 2. Really be aggressive around the outside here. Throw my car. Oh, no, that's not worked. And that's me out of the points. I really tried so hard to overtake Hulkenberg there because I knew I wouldn't get back past him anywhere else. And I've braked so deep there. I don't know what's gone on there. And now Alonso's passed me. It's all falling apart. I don't know why I've been so slow in the wet compared to the AI. On that first stint on the mediums, I was so quick. I was doing so good. And I don't know what's happened in the wet. I don't know why they're so much quicker. I don't know whether I'm bad or they're just inherently quicker in the wet. I don't think it was this bad in Australia, though. Like, they were a little quicker, but not this much quicker. Like, every car that's got to me has been quicker than me. I just can't put the power down anywhere, but it feels like they can. This is such a frustrating one. After qualifying 5th on the grid, I'm now out of the points. I'm rounding the corner here for what I think will be the checkered flag because Lando Norris has just won the race. And that is the end of the race, and we finished 13th, I think, and that's a really frustrating one. It was all in the rain. I don't know why the AI was so much quicker than me in the rain.
Here's the checkered flag. The fans rise to their feet. It's Lando Norris for victory.
And that's 2 wins in a row now. It's the start of potentially something special, but they can't get ahead of themselves just yet. It's a long way to go.
From lights out to the checkered flag, this is what they're racing for. It's points and a trip to the podium. He holds the trophy aloft, and why shouldn't he? A richly deserved win today for Lando Norris.
That's the end of the race weekend in China, and we finish it with 0 points, which is pretty disappointing because qualifying 5th on the grid and then finishing 13th in the race is so frustrating. I don't get why the AI was so much quicker than me in the rain. I probably could have put my front wing angle up a little bit, so it could have been a bit quicker in the rain, but I don't think that would have made much of a difference. I was 7th at one point during the rain, probably about lap 40-ish, and I can't even tell how far I finished behind Ocon, but it was at least 20 seconds and probably a lot more. I don't know how they were so much quicker. Like, was I just bad, or the AI inherently quicker in the rain? Like, I don't get it. I really thought good points were on today, but at least I'm not the only one who fell back who had a high starting position like Hulkenberg and Albon did as well, so at least I wasn't the only one. And after that, I got 3.6k R&D points, so I think it's time to do some more research. I'm already doing 2 upgrades in both aero and chassis, so I'm going to do some powertrain and durability upgrades now, and then we'll do some aero and chassis upgrades when those are finished. So the one I'm going to buy in powertrain is the ignition system. That'll be researched after Japan, but I don't think I'll be able to develop it in time before Bahrain. And I think I'm going to develop an improved energy store because Hayes has lost one of them, and he's also lost an MGUH. So he's 3 parts down already with his 3 mechanical DNFs, which isn't good. Now I'm going to research an improved energy store, which will be ready in the same amount of time as the powertrain upgrade was. But now I'm going to save the rest of the points and spend them when my chassis and aero upgrades are done. And now the upgraded intranet upgrade has completed in the personnel department, but I'm going to save my money for the engineering department because I need to buy upgrades towards development because I've got a lot of parts in research and only 1 in development at the minute, so I need to be able to develop more parts. I still haven't got any training points and I don't know why. It says since the start of the season 2 days till I get a training point, but I've not had a single one yet. Right, and I've set some activities as well for the next week before the next Grand Prix. So now let's advance one day and hopefully the beam wing and wheel rim covers are done. Yep, they both completed. So now I can develop the second wheel rim covers part and they'll be done by Japan. hopefully. Now in the research, I'm going to do a front wing downforce upgrade, and that'll be completed before Bahrain, but I don't think I'll be able to develop the part in time. Now the dual development engineering upgrade has completed, so next time I develop a part, I can do it on both cars. Now I'm going to buy the upgrade where I can develop 2 parts in my chassis department at the same time. Okay, and in the personnel department, I'm going to buy this personal liaisons upgrade to increase its owner XP I receive, and maybe that'll help me get more training points. Maybe that's why I'm not getting any, because I'm not getting enough XP. My cable assembly upgrade completed, so now I can develop this part for both cars. But it does take a bit longer, but it does cut the time overall that it takes. So I can develop these both for Saudi Arabia. Now I've got a tire blankets upgrade done as well, so if I've got enough resource points, which I do, I think I can buy another chassis upgrade. I'm going to buy this weight distribution one because it's the cheapest, and that'll be ready before Bahrain, but again, won't be able to develop it in time. And now our DRS upgrade has completed, but I don't think I can afford any more upgrades. No, I can't, not in any department. Oh, I've got a training point finally. Oh, the timer. I think that after you buy it, you have to do a training course to get the benefit. I think that's what the timer is. I assume the training course takes 3 days. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. So I'm going to use my training point on this one, which is going to reduce the time it takes to build facility improvements by 10%. And now I can schedule this training and I'll get that benefit. And now we have a corporate facility event to respond to. This is a tricky one. Our title sponsor generating a controversial product. So I reckon if we publicly distance, our title sponsor won't be happy with us. But if we do nothing, the fans won't be happy with us. I'm going to publicly distance. We'll see what comes of that. And now my development expansion for the aero has completed, so I can develop 2 aero parts at the same time. Now I'm going to buy the quality of life improvements for aero to make it easier to improve and harder to damage morale. And the development failed on the wheel run covers, which is annoying. So one of the drivers won't have them for the Japanese Grand Prix, but they'll have them for the race after, and hopefully they can have one of these upgrades for the race after as well. And I'm going to develop the beam wing because that's the one I researched first, and they won't have them for Bahrain, but they should have them for Saudi if they complete. But now after all that, we are at the Japanese Grand Prix. So that is where I'm going to end this episode, and a bit of a disappointing one. Disappointing weekend all around at the Chinese Grand Prix. Finished last in the sprint and then didn't get points in the race. The only highlight was qualifying really, but starting 5th on the grid, I really should have done better than finishing 13th. And I'm sure if the whole race was in the dry, I would have got points. So it's a frustrating one. But anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, leave a like. If you want to carry on watching this series, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.